Good morning! Welcome to Harpist in Japan. My name is Lisa and today I'll be going through everything you need to know for riding trains in Japan, including the Shinkansen bullet train, JR lines, and the subway lines. Today I'll be focusing on the Tokyo and Osaka areas. I'll also be talking about how to activate the pass, what it covers and what it doesn't cover. I'll also talk about the new mask rule that will come into effect on March the 13th. If it's your first time in Japan, I've also got some tips about the Suka card for you. What is the JR Pass? If you're going to be doing a lot of traveling around Japan, the JR Pass may help you save some money. The JR Pass is a special discount ticket only available for tourists. It allows unlimited travel on most JR trains and Shinkansen bullet trains. The pass is for a fixed period of time, generally 7, 14, and 21 days. Who needs a JR Pass? Generally speaking, if you're going to be taking 2 or 3 long-distance Shinkansen bullet train rides, then your pass will be worthwhile. Do take some time to do the math when you're planning your trip. You can use a JR calculator to compare prices. Input the destinations you plan for your trip. Scroll down and you will see the price comparison. This is the amount if you buy the tickets separately. This is the price of the JR Pass, and this is the amount you'll be saving up. You'll also need to get an Icy Card because that is for the local subways. The JR Pass do not cover local subways. In Japan, there are several types of train lines, but you can loosely think of it as these two: privately owned JR lines and government-owned subway lines. There are other private rail companies, but for today, we just need to know what the JR Pass covers. What does the JR Pass cover? The JR Pass covers all the JR group trains, including the local and express ones. Shinkansen bullet trains are also covered, but not the Nozomi or the Mizuho ones. Those are the fastest ones with the least number of stops. You can still take the Hikari or the Sakura bullet trains. Those take you to the same destination, but with a few more stops on the way. It's going to take you around an extra 15 minutes. Your JR Pass covers an unreserved seat on the Shinkansen. If you want to reserve a seat, you have to do this separately. It's going to definitely take the stress out of your journey, especially if you're traveling with kids. It is free anyway, so why not? If you have oversized luggage, then that is a different story. You have to make a seat reservation on the last row because that's where they have the extra luggage space. But the good thing is, it is free. There is a luggage rule for traveling on the Shinkansen. If you have luggage that has the total dimensions of over 160 centimeters, then that is considered oversized. You will need to make a seat reservation. There is, however, a limit on the maximum size of the oversized baggage. If it exceeds 250 centimeters, then no, it is not allowed on the trains at all. And if you bring it on, you'll be charged a 1,000 yen fee. Anything below 160 is fine, especially if it can fit in the overhead compartment. Here are some luggage sizes. This one here is above 160, so yes, you will need to make a reservation. But these guys here are below 160, so no, you do not need to make a reservation. How and when to buy the JR Pass? Please consider buying the pass before you enter Japan. Doing it this way is cheaper than getting it when you're in Japan. They will mail you a physical exchange voucher. You take that to Japan and exchange it for your actual JR Pass. You can do this at the green ticketing machines or at the ticketing office, at the major stations or at the airport. Bear in mind there may be a queue. The standard delivery time is within a week, but still I would recommend you make the online booking at least 1 month earlier just to be less stressed. As I mentioned earlier, you may need to make a seat reservation on your chosen train. In that case, you go to the ticketing machine, put your JR Pass in, and you can do it there. Or alternatively, you can ask the JR staff for help. You can also do this step online depending on which website you book from. What the JR Pass doesn't cover. The JR Pass does not cover subway lines or tram lines within the city. So anything that's not JR, it doesn't cover. But most big cities do have a few JR lines like the Osaka Loop line or the Tokyo Yamanote line. For the local subway lines, you will need to buy separate tickets, but I strongly recommend you to get an Icy Card. Different types of JR passes. There are general passes and regional passes that cover a specific area. I want to talk about the Kansai Area Pass today. The Kansai Area Pass is issued by JR West. The difference just lies in the price. The pass ranges from 1 to 4 days. It covers major cities in the Kansai area like Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe, Nara, and also Himeji. Note that this pass does not cover any Shinkansens. If you want Shinkansen, then you can go get the Kansai Wide Area Pass. That would take you all the way over to Okayama. I've linked below exactly what trains and what lines they cover, so please check that out in the description below. Obviously, it includes all the JR lines, but it also includes the Kyoto buses, because you know, in Kyoto, you have to travel by bus. These Kansai passes also cover the Hello Kitty Shinkansen called the Haruka Express that goes from the Kansai airport to Osaka and some other areas. Can I activate it mid-trip? Another common question is if I'm in Japan and I don't want to start the pass, I want to start it like 3 days later. Yes, you can do that. When you buy the pass online, you select which day you want it to start. But you have to physically go there on the day to activate it. Make sure you collect your pass and have it activated on the day you select it, because if it's late, then you can't use your pass anymore. Using the JR Pass. Using the JR Pass is easy now. You just insert it into the ticket gates. You don't have to go and show it to someone at the side counter anymore. But make sure you're putting it in the pass, not the seat reservation ticket. Local train lines. Tokyo has 13 subway lines operated by Tokyo Metro and Toei Subway. These serve the greater Tokyo area and they are not JR trains. You can use Google Map or Navitime to sort out which exit and trains work for you. But bear in mind, apps like this are not 100% accurate. So don't be afraid to ask a staff for help. Just use really simple English, single words. They're more than happy to help. The Japan train system can get quite confusing, so always leave yourself extra time so you can check the signs and check them again. Then you'll be fine. Sometimes you need to transfer between different railway companies. In that case, you have to first exit the gate, walk to another area, then enter the gate again. And if you're using paper tickets for this, it's stressful. So you really need to get an Icy card like Suka. Some first-timer tips would be not to travel during peak hours, otherwise you will be sardined into the trains, unless that's the experience you're looking for. Do take notice that there are priority seats for the elderly, pregnant women, those. And also Japanese trains are really quiet. People don't talk on it. You're not supposed to talk on your mobile phone. Just stay really quiet when you're on the train. Now, speaking of crowded trains, there is a new mask update. Mask update. The Japanese government will ease most of the mask recommendations by March the 13th. Here are some of the new guidelines. You are no longer recommended to wear a mask indoors. It is recommended to wear a mask on public transport during peak hours or when it's congested. It is also recommended that people wear a mask if they are feeling unwell or have symptoms, but generally it is up to the individual to decide when or where they want to wear a mask or not. As for schools, the Education Ministry recommends that students wear a mask if it's difficult to keep a sufficient distance between other people. The government will also downgrade the legal status to the same level as the seasonal flu on May the 8th. Although with the easing of mask recommendations, Japan has been a society that always has been wearing masks, even before 2020. And after 2020, they have been so accustomed to wearing masks that some of them think masks are like kawopantsu, face panties. So it's like underwear for the face. So it's going to be quite common to still see people wearing masks if you're going to be visiting soon. Icy Cards. Icy Cards are rechargeable smart cards for public transportation. You can use these for the local trains as well as the JR trains. The most common Icy card in Japan are Suica. There are also Passmo, Kitaka, and also Ikoka, depending on the region. Icy cards can be used in konbinis, certain stores, and certain cafes. You can purchase these cards at the ticket counter or ticketing machines at the issuing railway companies. For Tokyo, you can get the Suka card at the major JR East stations. There is a deposit of 500 yen and you can get that refunded if you don't want your card later. There are 4 types of Suica cards. The regular one is the one where you give a deposit of 500 yen, and when you refund it, you get the 500 yen back along with your remaining balance. The second type is the tourist Suica, called the welcome Suica. This one you do not need a deposit for, but it expires in 28 days, and whatever remaining value you have in your card is going to be lost. There is no refund for remaining value. Registered Suica card is new. That's where you register your name and your details, and if you lose it, you can redeem another one. The fourth one is Suica on smartphone. You can register a new Suica on iPhone. I've put a link below with the step-by-step instructions to do this. You will need an iPhone 8 or above. Now, on Android, there is a Suica app, but I've been having problems with that, and a lot of people have been telling me it's quite unstable. So if anyone here has successfully registered Suica on their Android, please let me know how you did it. I personally like keeping a physical card. I got the Kitaka card from Hokkaido, and look how cute the sugar glider is. These Icy cards do have an expiry date, and it is 10 years from the last time that you used it. You simply take it to the station and they will do it for you and put the remaining value into the new card. How to charge up your card. You can charge or top up your card inside stations, over at the ticket machines, or at a ticket counter. I like to charge up my account at the konbinis. You just go to the staff and say, "Chargi, onegashimasu," and they will help you with it. Very easy. Now, if you don't want your card, you can apply for a refund. They will give you your 500 yen deposit back, but they will charge a 220 yen fee, and that will be deducted from the remaining value in your card. So for example, if you have 300 yen in your card, they will deduct 220, leaving 80 yen, so your total refunded value will be 580 yen. In the case where your remaining value is less than 220, like you have 100 yen in your card, well, they're just going to deduct that, and you're going to get 500 yen back. But I highly recommend you keep your card because I'm pretty sure you'll be back. I hope this video answered some of your questions and made transport in Japan a little less stressful, maybe a little less daunting. So yeah, I'd love to know which cities you're going to be visiting. Let me know in the comments down below. Please have a wonderful time exploring Japan. My name's Lisa, and I'll see you in the next video.